Today we are going to talk about the resemblance of many climate change positions to traditional Abrahamic religions. The resemblance between climate as a secular religion and traditional religions is not superficial, and many people have become aware of it in recent years. Although this is a topic to be addressed by the social sciences, it is of general interest because it can explain many of the observed behaviors. So let's review some of the commonalities between traditional religions and climate religion. Every religion has its dogma of faith, and that of the climate religion is that warming is due to our emissions. Although there is no clear evidence that this is so, this dogma is not allowed to be questioned, and even the suggestion that other factors, such as the sun, may have played an important role unleashes furious attacks on scientists who dare to question the dogma. In the climate religion, there is an original sin, which is the Industrial Revolution, which is now considered that instead of improving the lives of a large part of the world's population, it condemned us to climate doom. As a consequence of the original sin, humanity has been expelled from the Garden of the Holocene and forced to enter the Anthropocene, where life will be more difficult. Those whose lifestyle leads them to increase the consumption of fossil fuels are sinning against the planet and humanity. The virtue is to reject fossil fuels. We are constantly threatened with a climatic hell, with expressions such as those of the UN Secretary General.
And the clock is ticking. We are in the fight of our lives, and we are losing. Greenhouse gas emissions keep growing. Global temperatures keep rising. And our planet is fast approaching tipping points that will make climate chaos irreversible. We are on a highway to climate hell with our foot still on the accelerator.
The era of global warming has ended, the era of global boiling has arrived. The air is unbreathable, the heat is unbearable.
There is a promise of salvation if one abandons the sinful path of CO2 emissions and embraces the virtue of not emitting CO2, for which one must lead a virtuous, sin-free life. Like many religions, the climatic religion also restricts certain foods and recommends other more pure and spiritual foods. There is a caste that maintains orthodoxy, interprets the signs and scriptures for the faithful, and produces the predictions. They are the climate scientists who explain to us the conclusions of the scientific papers and the predictions of the models. It is not accepted that they or their predictions can be doubted. Debate with those who have other beliefs is rejected, because there is nothing to debate when one is in possession of the absolute truth. That is why orthodox scientists refuse to debate with skeptical scientists.
I'm not qualified to debate you climatologists. Why won't you debate Roy Spencer? He's not a flake. He helped produce the data that the government uses for the atmospheric temperatures.
I'm not a politician. You know, I'm here because you asked me to come on and talk about the science, and I am totally happy to do that. And anytime you want to ask me again, just give me a call and I will come here and I will tell you about the science and I will point you in the right direction. But I'm not interested in doing this because it's good TV. I'm interested because what we have discovered as a scientific community needs to be talked about. And you need to talk about it, and Roy needs to talk about it, and all these people need to talk about it. But I don't need to be arguing with people just to make good TV.
Thank you, Gavin Schmidt. I appreciate you coming in. I would love to have you back. And if you would give the chair up again, let's bring Roy Spencer in to reply to what you said. Or stay if you like.
I'm not interested, but thank you very much.
Dr. Spencer, can you? So, what do you say to what he says?
Well,
Fanaticism appears among the defenders of orthodoxy, without any effort to stop it, because it serves the ends of religion. Bill McGuire, well-known scientist and climate activist, director of the New Weather Institute, declares that a pandemic with a high mortality rate is necessary to solve the emissions problem. Great importance is given to young visionaries with little education who nevertheless prophesy the future. Greta Thunberg speaks to world authorities and is received by the Pope. The rhetoric of the Crusades is revived, including talk of the Children's Climate Crusade, in the same rhetoric as the Children's Crusade of 1212. The heresy is recovered, now under the term of negationism, because it denies the true faith. Anyone who departs from orthodoxy is accused of it and punished with ostracism, censorship in the media, and unfounded accusations of being at the service of hidden economic interests. The pressure serves to silence many of the doubters so that it can be said that the agreement is total. An Inquisition is created, formed by a worldwide network of fact-checkers dedicated to persecute the deniers and demand that they be banished from all media and social networks. This Inquisition is made up of the most ideologically faithful. Their mission is to prevent those who disagree with dogma from having any credibility. All this does not mean that climate is a religion. It means that it is for many people whose behavior is inexplicable if we do not understand that they have embraced faith in a secular religion. We can end with a quote from evolutionary biologist Jerry Coyne: "Religion is based on dogma and belief, while science is based on doubt and questioning." If you think that our emissions should not be doubted as the cause of warming and do not admit other possible causes, if you believe that the IPCC science should not be questioned or debated, this indicates that you have embraced a secular religion, not a scientific position.